You're going to get a few resources because you joined this call, investing your time in this. So I want to make sure that it is absolutely valuable for you. We're going to give you an option to do a free SEO audit with us, a website audit. I'm actually also giving out a offer for website. Welcome to get a free PPC audit from me or from our team. And I'll show you how to get that throughout the course of this webinar. I want to just walk through who this webinar will be applicable for or who can benefit from it. So if you're doing 1 million plus in yearly revenue, you're trying to get to 2 to 5, that's your goal in the next 12 to 18 months, this will be beneficial for you. If you're doing 2 to 5 and you're trying to get to 10 to 15 million in annual revenue in the next 18 to 24 months, this will also be applicable or beneficial for you. If you're doing 5 to 10, trying to get to 20 to 30 in that next 18 to 24 months, this is also going to be beneficial for you. Let me just give you the table of contents, the index, if you will. What are we going to discuss? The first 20 minutes, we're going to talk about the challenges you guys face, how to build a successful lead gen system that is predictable so that you're not worrying about leads the next month or the next 3 months or the next 6 months or the next year. And then I'll show you some results from the system, and then you can ask me anything along those lines with questions. All right, so the first thing, I want to give you a quick introduction of myself, of who I am, what I do. So I'm a dad, husband, marketer. I've been in the IT industry for about 15 years, owned an agency for about 10, built over 500 websites, 5,000 lead gen funnels. I've been in this roofing and commercial and residential roofing lead gen space for about 4 years. Everything I do is 100% inbound. My agency is also a Google and big agency partner. So that's a little bit about me. Now we're going to start with the challenges. The first challenge that I want to really address, and this gets overlooked a lot, is your website. The website is essentially your digital storefront. This is your store. This is where people walk in and see whether or not they want to do business with you. And then we generate leads from it if we're using your website solely to generate leads. So some of the challenges that I see is like, there's missing service pages. Like maybe you do commercial, but there's no commercial pages, or maybe you do shingle roofing, or maybe you do tile roofing, but there's no dedicated pages for the services. There's no dedicated location spaces, pages for the different suburbs that you guys operate in. Not mobile optimized. This is huge. Google will rank you for this. So if your website is not properly optimized for mobile device, which means that all your margins, all the images are scaled, you have click to call buttons like this or at the bottom, these things will make a big difference on your conversions, on the amount of leads you're generating. Calendar integration, this is a little bit more advanced where folks can directly go into a calendar and book a meeting with you, book a scheduled inspection with you or your crew. This can go to a general calendar, and then you can schedule out the jobs to different sales reps or different crews. Click to call, something like this, or at the bottom, or a get a quote button. This is just going to highly optimize the rate at which the folks that are visiting are converting into customers. AI chatbot, we use this now to schedule inspections and appointments as well when you are not there, to be able to answer your customers. So the 80-20 rule, I'm not going to go too detailed on this. It's just 80% of your traffic essentially is going to come from a cell phone, because we're always on our phones these days, and about 20 to 25% is going to come from a desktop, even for those commercial jobs, because people are always on their phone searching and looking for stuff, which is, it's way easier. So again, can't stress this enough. The next challenge I'm going to talk about, and we're going to address all challenges on how to fix them in this presentation, is going to be your tracking. This is highly important because that's how you know whether your campaigns are working, whether you're getting the right metrics, the right data to be able to analyze whether or not your campaigns are going in the right direction. So you got to have Google Analytics set up properly, along with Google Tag Manager. This is going to control all your platform, whether it's Facebook, Google, TikTok, any of those. Call recording, you gotta be able to record the calls, listen to them, and make sure that your sales reps are doing what they're supposed to be doing, or if the customers are getting the type of service that they should be getting. Tracking software, advanced level, this is something that we do for our customers. We use a software called CallRail or What Converts to give you those call data and lead capture data. The next thing is things that we don't want to have in our business, which is not on answering the phone. I see this happen, believe it or not, when we call companies. Not just roofing companies, any company, we want to make sure that we answer the phone. This is number one, because they're going to call the next roofer. Gotta have weekend availability, even if your office is closed. Let's not try to put calls on hold for too long. Make sure the receptionist, whoever's taking the call, at least has a basic script which tells them what type of materials you use, what kind of guarantees you offer, whether you work with insurance companies, things of that nature. Common questions that customers ask you. I mean, you'd be surprised how many calls I've listened to that where I found out that they don't have answers to those questions. So training is going to be a key part of it. That's going to be something that you guys going to have to do in order for your sales reps and your receptionists to know those pieces of information. Got to have a follow-up game, whether you're doing it by email or phone. We essentially use the CRM for doing this. You got to have that in order for you to ensure a high close rate. upsell strategy. Roof replacement starts with an inspection, but we got to have, upsell like gutters, siding, maybe hurricane straps. It all depends on, the customer, but you got to have an upsell strategy. And then financing options, if you have this, it gives you an edge. You can offer zero financing for up to 12 months, 24 months, depending on what the financing company offers. And this will help you convert a lot more customers that were kind of on the edge because they don't have the budget or they just need a more flexible option to go ahead with. A proper lead gen strategy for your roofing business is going to consist of these components, which includes your SEO, which is your organic leads. These are all the leads that are coming from your website, and you can track that. Your paid search marketing, which is going to be your Google and Bing. Your social media presence. I'm going to show you examples of each of these, and I'll show you the results for each of these, what you can expect. Social media is going to be your Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. This is all organic. Got to have a presence. Can't just run ads and not be visible online. People are not going to trust you. They're not going to be able to, because now we're in the age of social media. We want to make sure that we build trust, we build confidence, and we build that brand value. And I'm going to show you some examples on how to do that. And then social media PPC is going to be mainly your Facebook and Instagram, because the homeowners are going to be in their mid to late 30s, 40s, 50s. Those are the folks that are going to buy from you essentially. Those people are mostly on Facebook and Instagram. TikTok, not so much, but maybe that's going to change in the next 5 or 10 years. But for now, that's the main channel for marketing. So what does a roofing marketing system consist of? These are the 5 main pillars, or at least what has really worked for us. Your website, which is your lead gen machine. We talked about that. Your SEO, which is your organic lead capture measure, which will give you long-term market dominance. Your social PPC, which is your Facebook and Instagram. Your organic content, which will build your brand. Your search pay-per-click, which is your Google and Bing, which is going to be your primary lead source. Why? Because first 3 listings on Google are going to be your Google guarantee. Then it's going to have your Google ads, which are sponsored ads. Then you're going to get to the SEO. So all these spots, the top spots, 5 or 6, are going to be taken by ads. So if you don't run ads and just go the SEO route, you're just going to miss out on that, and your competitors are going to soup up those pieces of traffic. So that's just the reality. Now I'm going to show you the before and the after our website, so you can see for yourself vivid differences of what did, and I'll show you the results after. So let me play this. I think I am sharing screen with the sound. If the sound is not coming up, just put a text on the chat and I'll pause it. But for now, let me just try and play this. So I'm going to show you the before and the after scenario of this website. This is how it used to look like before it was completely redone to generate leads from it. At first glance, the website actually looks pretty decent, but once you start scrolling on it, you will see that there's a ton of content on the homepage, which nobody really has time to read. And this is going to be way more challenging to navigate on a cell phone. As I've mentioned earlier, 80 to 90% of your traffic is going to be on a mobile device. From a design perspective, it's also pretty vanilla. I'm on the shingle roof page, but if I go on any other page, you will see that it looks exactly the same. There's no images, there's no uniqueness, there's no wow factor, just a ton of boring content. Every single one of these pages is also missing call to action buttons. So as a customer, I'm not able to make any decision on these pages. I'm going to show you how this website looks after we did the revamp. This is the home page. The first thing you see is a lead capture form. So the customer is able to give out their information. They can also schedule an inspection for their roof by clicking here. They can also get an instant quote. Several ways to interact. They can also go to the contact us page. It also has a different look and feel when you go on the mobile device, so you're able to call directly from your phone. There's different CTA buttons, call to action buttons, scattered around every single section of the page, so that the customer is able to make a decision to contact us, to call us, to check out our reviews, to get a code. They can check out what areas we service. Each individual service page has a form so that the customer is able to give out their information. They can call us at any given point on the website if they are on a mobile device. They are engaged every step of the way whenever they're on this website. They can even click to call us with the phone number or email us. We're giving them every opportunity to get to us whenever they want to, however they want to. So that's the difference. That's how you get a customer to convert into a lead so that you're able to sell them your roofing services. All right. So the key here is we want to convert visitors into paying customers, because a click does not mean anything for us. We care about conversions. We care about paying customers. So that's why I showed you the before and the after. You can use the chat if you have any specific questions about this, or if you want to just give me a thumbs up, you can use the emoji on the chat to give it a thumbs up. Feel free to drop your questions there. I'm going to show you the results that came from this. As soon as we launched this, there was a 29% increase in the number of organic leads we got because we just made it easier for people to give out their information, less pay for the customer. We booked 7 appointments from the calendar because they didn't have a calendar. So obviously this didn't exist before. 25% increase from calls directly booked from the website because we had a click to call button on the mobile device. So we're able to call directly now. And then the website was SEO friendly and ready for Google in order for us to really launch this. Now I'm going to go over the actual checklist of things that we used to make this website great. So obviously we have service pages, we had location specific pages, call to action buttons, lead capture forms on every page. This makes it very easy to capture the customer's information instead of just sending them to a contact page, because they might be making a buying decision when they're in the shingle roofing page or the roof replacement page. They might not want to take the pain of clicking contact us and then go in and give out their information. So having lead capture forms on every page really helps. Sticky menu navigation. You saw that the top menu bar is sticky, meaning when I'm scrolling down, it doesn't move. Click to call. Again, we talked about that. Blog page, that's for content. Gallery page for showcasing all the work that you're doing. Maybe some pictures with customers, pictures of your crew, going up on roofs, doing inspections. About page about your company. Calendar integration with Calendly so that you can get those inspections scheduled in directly into the calendar. Chatbot integration, this is advanced. We do this. Instant code integration, this is also advanced. We do this. For those anxious homeowners that don't want to wait and want to see a code right away, we use a couple of tools called Roofer or Roofel. I'm sure you've heard of it. And then we also optimize the SEO tags and titles so that Google, in the eyes of Google, easy to search. Google is able to crawl our website, so we're able to be more visible and go up on the rankings. Now, if you want to book a website audit with me, there's going to be a link in the chat. Feel free to use that. As part of holiday, there's a holiday offer that we're doing. Absolutely wild. And I can only offer this for about maybe 3 or 4 companies because it takes time for us to do this. We'll do an audit. So it's a live audit if you book a call with me. But then at the same time, if you'd like your website, your homepage completely redesigned like the way I showed you, we'll give you some options, then we'll do it for free. You don't have to pay us anything. If you like it, you can pay us. If you don't, we never have talk again. But that offer is going on right now. So if you'd like to grab that, grab some time with me. Again, I can only do this for 3 to 5 roofers every month. So yeah, feel free to grab that if you'd like. So now I'm going to show you SEO, which is the organic, which I showed you the PPC. We're going to go into it in a second. So I'm going to show you the organic results for this roofing business. It's going to be about a 1-minute video. Print for this roofing company based out of New Jersey. If I search with best roofing company near me, this is what I get. These are the Google guaranteed listings, the sponsored listings. Then they rank #1 on the Google Maps. Again, another keyword, roofing contractor, Carlstead, NJ. #1 on the Google Maps. Roofing company, New Jersey. Again, #1 on the Google Maps if I scroll down past the sponsored listings. Another keyword, New Jersey roofing. This is their brand keyword. They rank #1 on the Google Maps. Now let's look at the rankings for this solar client, Alt-E Wind and Solar, based out of Fort Collins in Colorado. For the keyword solar installation, Fort Collins, they rank on the top 3 spots of Google Maps. For the keyword solar panels, Fort Collins, they also rank on the top 3 spots of Google Maps. Again, this keyword commercial solar installation, Fort Collins, very profitable keyword, large commercial jobs from this keyword. They rank on spot 2 of Google and then also on the top 3 spots of Google Maps. The owner, Rick, was nice enough to give me a testimonial. Feel free to check that out on my website, theroofingmarketer.com. I just showed you the rankings and results for a couple of roofing companies that we do SEO for. Now, what do we do to get those kinds of results? I'm going to share with you exactly what you need to do. So GMB or Google My Business, super important to have images, your description and your services optimized properly. You want to link build from authority sites. So what we did is we went ahead and created a list that has high authority websites that drive traffic to roofing websites. These are roofing specific websites. A couple of examples are like Contractor Talk, Roofing Talk, there's Roofers Coffee Shop. So these websites has way more authority than like the general websites. So you want to get links from high authority websites that have relevant traffic for roofing. Content update and blogs, again, that's SEO. Google My Business posts and updates regularly. You want to optimize your page speed. So your website loads super fast. You cannot have website load in 3 to 5 seconds. It has to let within a second, especially on the mobile device, because people don't have very long attention span. And most of us are very impatient when we're on the internet. Link your pages internally. So you gotta put like links within your website so that it links within pages. Mobile optimize it. Gotta have the tags proper. Choose your keywords wisely. Don't just do whatever your competitors are doing. You gotta rank for maybe suburbs, rank for keywords that are not so competitive. Because if everybody's going for the same keywords, you're not gonna rank. It's gonna take you a long time. Gotta have those title tags, location pages. Essentially, SEO is a 6 to 12 month plan. Because if you think of it, you are not paying Google to do this. You're not paying Google to rank on the first 3 spots of the search engine. So it is a long-term play, but it is a way to get your business sustained for very long periods of time. So obviously SEO is important. Definitely recommend it. If you'd like to get an SEO audit with me, feel free to book that call. It's a free audit. We go over your rankings. We look at all your different keywords. We look at your website, your backend. It's a 15-minute call going with you live one-on-one, showing you exactly what you need to do. And then if you decide to work with us, then we can discuss that as well. But it's a free audit, low pressure, no obligation. The link is in the chat. So feel free to book that call if you want an SEO audit with us. Now, this is going to be a PPC case study. I'm going to show you the proof in the next screenshot, but let's just go over the results. This is for Google Ads. So we generated 51 leads, 30 of which were roof replacement leads, and I'll show you how we determine that. 21 leads were either roof repair, gutter, or skylights, and then 17 of those booked directly into the calendar integration that I was talking about. So now let me show you the proof. So this is the 51 leads. This is right out of Google dashboard. Can't make this up for this period. And then I'm going to show you how we determine what kind of a lead it is that we are getting from this Google campaign. So I'm going to play this video. It's about 40 seconds. I'm inside the lead tracking software that we use to track our leads. In this case, you can see what type of keyword was used to generate this lead, what time it was generated, and we can also see the information on the customer and what they have requested. So that's how we know whether it's a replacement lead, a repair lead, a phone call lead, etc. I hope that makes sense. So this is the tracking software that's showing you all the data from that customer. So we're able to identify what type of lead we generated. Now this is the checklist, and I'm going to share with you something really wild. With I don't think any marketing agency will share because it's kind of their trade secret, but I'll give it to you guys because you joined this webinar. But after we go over this list, so this is just a checklist. You got to identify your keywords. You want to identify your target market. Only recommend using phrase and exact match keywords if you're running Google Ads. Don't run broad match. You'll end up spending a lot of money and waste your ad budget. You got to monitor your campaign daily. That's what we do. And then we switch to weekly about 2 or 3 months down the road. Tracking software, we talked about that. Definitely consider running Google LSA because these are guaranteed ads that you run, guaranteed leads. You don't lose any money by running it. If you don't think it's a lead, Google refunds you your money. Campaign exclusions, your negative keywords, so you don't lose your ad budget. You don't waste your ad budget. Bidding strategy, we always start with a manual bidding strategy because you want to bid on specific keywords and know how much money you want to bid for that keyword based on what the market is paying for that keyword. And then you optimize that, and then you run automated bidding strategy after about 20 to 25 conversions or 20 to 25 leads generated from the campaign. Also recommend running Bing ads. Super niche, Microsoft browser, but there is a segment of the market, about 15-20%, that actually use Bing ads or Bing search engine. And so I would recommend that's with the Google pay-per-click. So I'm just showing you exactly what I was talking about. This is our actual campaign structure. So you got the residential keywords, you got the commercial keywords, you got the roof types keywords, and this is just the initial campaign structure, which I am going to actually be giving out to you if you book a call with me. This is absolutely holy grail, and no company will share this with you because obviously they don't want their trade secrets. But I want to really help you guys out. So if you guys want this for your business and just want to get a hold of my keyword list that we use for our roofing campaigns for Google PPC, book a call with me. I will give it to you free, no obligations whatsoever. All right, so now we're going to talk about social media management. And what I mean by that is your organic social media, which could be your Facebook, depends on whatever social media platform you use, could be Facebook. Definitely recommend YouTube if you're doing videos. That's super popular. So you can post awareness content, which talks about, hey, why should you invest in a new roof or roof repair, roof leaks, whatever. Reviews with customers. You can talk about community work that you've done. You talk about jobs that you've completed and showcase, the job itself. Maybe some drone shots, some videos are good. So that's on the side of social media. This is also going to be super valuable. Again, you're going to get a copy of this so you can go through all this later. But what gets leads on social media is your offer and your ad. Obviously, the offer has to be super strong for people to click. If you just say, get roof repair, if you just say get roof replacement, people are not going to be intrigued enough to be clicking on your ad. So here's a few offers. And again, we craft these based on the preference of the customer. Not all of these may apply to you, but offers like $1,000 off of new installations. Very strong offer. It's a very eye-catching offer. Sign within 30 days. Creates an urgency. Now, this could be $500, it could be $400, it could be a $1,500. You name your offer, but these are the types of offers that we run. Storm-ready roofing package. We help you with insurance claims. Free upgrade to wind-resistant shingles. Free attic installation with roof replacement, $800 value. 5-year free maintenance plan, $600 value. Free 33 points. See, I mentioned 33 points. This gives a value to the customer that, oh, I'm going to get 33-point inspection or report for free. Okay, let me click on that ad and give out my information. 30 years materials and 12 years workmanship guarantee. Again, this will vary by your company. No leak guarantee. Limited to first, we're creating urgency by saying, okay, this is only limited to first 10 customers each month. Offer expires in 30 days or after the first major hurricane forecast. Obviously, if you're in a hurricane zone or a hurricane state, then this will apply. If you're in a state where it has hail damage or storms, then it will be different. This is just a general, idea. But these are the kinds of offers that you want to run in your Facebook, in your Instagram ad campaigns that is going to convert folks into customers or generate clicks that will generate your leads. I'm going to show you some examples. We're almost getting to the end. Thank you, David, for booking your call. Appreciate it. Anybody else interested in those audits? The links are in the chat. Feel free to book an audit with me, or if you want your homepage redesigned by us for absolutely free, no obligation, book a call with me. We'll do that for you as well. All right, these are the kinds of ads you want to run. Free roof inspection, very clear offer, call to action. Again, your value add or your value propositions here. Some more examples here. Again, this will vary by the company. So we're not going to run every single offer for every single roofing business or solar business or siding business or window business. It really depends on the types of services that you offer, but you kind of get the general idea. I'm offering something really wild just because you're in this webinar and you've invested your time, you've given me your time. So I really appreciate it. I'm going to turn on my video because we're going to start the Q&A session in a second. Can you guys see me on video? Probin, I'm going to unmute it. Go ahead and unmute everybody because we're getting to the Q&A section. Probin, Olive, can you guys see me on video?
Hello.
Hey, okay, great. Yeah, so I'm gonna give up this offer and then we're gonna wrap up in a couple more slides and then we can go into the Q&A section. So what I'm offering, because you joined this webinar and it is the holidays, so special offer. The offer is 90 to 150 qualified and exclusive roofing leads in 90 days, or you don't pay anything. Basically, you get your whole money back. All right. So essentially, you should be able to 2x your sales in 6 to 12 months with that. And again, it's 100% money back guarantee. If you want that, book a call with me and we can discuss further. All right. The next thing, and this is tracking and reporting, super important. If you're managing your campaigns yourself, try to use a CRM like Monday.com just to make sure that whatever is happening on your campaign, like this is for like SEO, for instance. So we just track everything that gets done on a campaign by our team. These are the different tasks that get done. If you did work with us, you would get something like this. Access to it 24/7 real time so that you're able to see what work is getting done on your behalf for your campaign. Essentially, you'll obviously get a report every single month too, how many leads are generated, how much money was spent, all that good stuff. But this is also to show you that it's 100% transparent. So if an agency is managing your ads or your SEO or your website or whatever it may be, they should be giving you the transparency so that you have the full reins, the full control of what is happening on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. So I think that is going to be the end of the session, but we're going to get to the Q&A section. Again, I'll throw out my offer, free SEO audit, free website design offer just for the holidays. And then if you want a Google Ads audit, we can do that as well. I'll drop the links in the chat, but I am open to questions. You can use the chat. Okay, great. Sounds good. Chris, Jennifer, thank you for booking. Really appreciate it. Yeah. Any questions on the chat? Let's unmute everybody. Any questions about the presentation? any questions about lead gen, any questions about websites, anything at all, or any questions about Thanksgiving. I just want to get some interaction here. So anybody has any questions, you can throw it in the chat. You can ask me on, is everybody unmuted?
Yes.
Okay, I think everybody's unmuted. Okay, yeah, so any questions? I see, I mean, I think 5 people booked already. Thank you, appreciate it, really appreciate it. Yeah, so any questions? Website, SEO, PPC, lead gen, anything, just go crazy. I haven't gotten any questions in this webinar. Usually I get a couple.
Well, I know that
So
you're saying
anybody?
that services are going to be, booking with you and doing some of these things and the free, but like, what is the base like of having you take control of doing some things for us in that sense as a business? You can explain a little bit further.
Sorry, who was that again?
I don't know if you can hear me, Nicole.
Nicole. Hi, Nicole. Yeah. So, sorry, I didn't catch your question. Maybe my volume was turned down a little bit. Can you say that again? I couldn't really get
That's
what we were
okay. I
saying.
mean, I booked with you because there's a lot of things that obviously we need to work on our website with those kind of things, with putting a format, web to mobile and different things that we're lacking on that side. But at the end of the day, like, you still are, having, done this and optimized it and stuff, you still offer your services after the fact of getting us up and running, etc.
Yeah.
Like,
So I'll give you a timeline, and this is for everybody. I think this will answer questions for a lot of other people too. So thanks for asking the question. I showed you there's different elements to it, right? So there's the website, there's Facebook, if you run that, and not everybody runs Facebook, not everybody runs Google Ads, not everybody does SEO. Every company has their own strategy or their own way of doing marketing. So it's not a one size fits all, so to speak, but it really depends on your goals. Like, okay, I want to get more organic leads. Then we're going to talk about, okay, what do you need to do in order for you to get more organic leads over the next 3 months, 6 months? What do you need to do to get leads right now that are qualified and exclusive to you, that are ready to pay you money to do roof replacements or repairs or maintenance or commercial jobs, whatever that may be. Essentially, if I'm gonna go into specifics, then for Facebook and Instagram campaigns, we're not even going to send traffic to your website because that's not going to convert. Those are going to go into a landing page or a bunch of landing pages that will resonate with the offer. So essentially for Facebook and Instagram campaigns, we're not sending traffic to your website specifically. For Google Ads, we might, if the website is highly optimized for conversions, or we'll use the landing pages. Getting campaigns up and running, it takes usually 24 to 48 hours, depending on, what your needs are or what you're trying to get at. So it's not a one size fits all. Like I said, every company does business their own way. Some focus more on social, some do Google, some do both, some do just SEO. It really depends on how quickly you want to scale, whether you're trying to get to double your revenue in 6 months, 4 times your revenue in a year. It really depends on your goal. So we're going to show you a clear path of how to get from point A to point B, and then you choose. And then, like I said, because we're doing these holiday specials, we're happy to redo your homepage for free and show it to you. And if you like it, you can pay us. If you don't like it, we don't have to talk ever again. Also, the other offers that I gave, whether we want to do an SEO audit, we'll actually go in depth and look at what keywords you can potentially rank for and what keywords your competitors are ranking for, and then understand what you need to do in order for you to one up on them. And content strategy and all those things. So essentially it's a 15-minute call. So we're going to only be able to talk about like one aspect of your lead gen. And then if you want to learn more, then we can discuss further. But it is just to get to know you, understand what your needs are, what your challenges are at this very moment, and what you're trying to solve. You're not going to be able to solve everything in like 15 minutes, but we can at least give you some feedback on your existing funnels and how you can structure it so that it helps you do better than what you're currently doing in terms of getting leads, and even the quality of leads. Like if you're getting tire kickers, it's a waste of time. Like you don't want, that's all going to come down to how you're structuring your offer, where you're sending that traffic, what kind of traffic you're getting, and all that. So we'll get into all that. Feel free to book a chat with me. You're also going to get a copy of this webinar. You're going to get a recording that's going to come out in a couple of days because we need to edit it. And then you're going to get your these slides, these Canva slides. And I talked very briefly about Google Ads. I am giving out our keyword list for free. You don't even have to buy our services to do that. We'll just give you the spreadsheet. So if you want to implement it yourself feel free. So yeah, we're giving out a lot of resources just because you joined this webinar and because it is the holiday season. So we'd love to get to know you and see if we could potentially work together. So anything else? Any other questions?
Yeah. Hi,
Thank you.
Dar.
Okay.
Thank you so much for sharing this information. It was very helpful. It was just a great presentation. I've been to a lot of different webinars and this was just top notch. So I just want to say thank you. And I also have a question. So if you're building a sub-site for these landing pages for your digital marketing, does it end up hurting your personal website that, you have all of your content, you're building, to try to make more call to actions on it? Because like all of your landing pages had so many call to actions, like the fillable form, the call now, which is wonderful. Do they compete with each other on Google if you're running Google ads? Do the pages
Okay.
work against each other, or are they, for the long run, your SEO?
So very good question. Excellent question, by the way. First of all, the short answer is no, it doesn't hurt you. And I'll explain why. When you're building out landing pages, you don't have to index it on the search engine. There's a way to not index it. It's called no index. So it won't even show up on the search engine to begin with. So it won't index. So it's not going to compete with your website. So that's one. So it's not even going to be crawled by Google. So that's not going to hurt you, number one. And number two, on the contrary, there is a strategy that we use. We just started to do this for a few businesses. And it's called a microsite. And this is a really cool strategy where we do micro sites with your branding on suburbs of, like, let's say you're in Dallas. It's going to be super hard for you to rank in Dallas. And again, this is an add-on service. It's very inexpensive. Small website, essentially with your branding, with everything that we host on your behalf. And we build it multiple suburbs that you want to rank in, because the competition in those suburbs are far less. So, and the cost of the service is so minute, it's so little that even if you were to get one job from those sites, it will more than pay for itself, like 10x pay, 20x pay for itself. So that is a strategy that you use. Now you could argue that, oh, okay, well, I'm competing with myself. Well, you're not, because you're not going to rank on those suburbs anyway. And the traffic volume in those suburbs is far, far lower than like a metropolitan area where there's more traffic. We do that as well. So if you don't do it, somebody else will do it. It's not, you're never competing with yourself. You want to get as much real estate on the search engine as you possibly can, whether it's through ads, whether it's through the Google map listings, whether it's through the organic listings that come up after the map. You want to get ranked for at least 10, 15, 20 different keywords, because not everybody's going to search with the same search term, same phrase. You're not always going to get ranked with the high volume keywords, which are super hard to rank, because this is what's going to happen. Some folks are already ranking, right? They're in the top 1 or 2 or 3 spots. They've been doing this for maybe 6 months, a year, a couple years, right? They have blogs, they have content, they have their GMB profile optimized, they have their socials optimized. You think you're just going to come in and kick them out in a month? I mean, does that even make sense? Like, they have invested time and effort into ranking. So we take strategies that are not 100% copying our competition. Because if we do that, we're not going to be able to rank. It doesn't make sense because they're already ranking for those keywords. So we take a different approach and see what we can hack so that we were able to rank for keywords that are going to actually generate your business. And we track all that too. And a simple example is we saw that we increased our conversions for organic for our client by like 20 to 25% just by adding a simple banner on the website. It's a banner that says $1,000 off of a roof replacement. Click here to learn more. And then it takes them to the contact page. Just adding a simple banner. And then we ran the same offer in the Google My Business profile, where you can post new updates on Google My Business. We ran the same. So anybody that went into the Google Business profile, clicked that, went to the website, saw that offer, and then they converted. And that was for free. We didn't pay anything for that. There's no cost, zero. So there's things that we do. Obviously, we can't explain that in this call because it's going to take more time. But there are strategies behind it. And we have if I could show you, once you book the call, I'll show you. We have a 6-month SEO plan. It's an actual custom plan that we build for the customer. So it shows them, okay, first month, what are we going to do? Second month, what are you going to do? So you already see the roadmap for the period of 6 months before before you even start. And that's why you should have, because some companies just do SEO on the fly. SEO is not on the fly thing. It's not ads that you just click and then you get leads. SEO is like a long-term approach. So you got to have a roadmap. So we provide that day one before we start. And it's very custom to that business, to that roofing business before we get started. Hope that answers your question. Sorry, it's a long-winded answer. I hope that makes sense.
Well, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. I'm glad, I could answer.
Hey
That
Irfan,
answers.
hi. This is
Yeah, go
Nitin
ahead.
here from Stop, and I have
Yeah.
a specific question. Yes,
Yeah.
we do get good amount of leads, but however, we get more leads catered to services and the repairs. But we wanted to focus more on installations, though it is very near to the product and categories, but still there is a slight variation between the installation versus the service repairs. So how do you categorize them in that format?
So are you getting these leads organically from your website? Or are you getting it from a paid channel?
From all the sources, from organic and paid, both.
Okay, so let's talk about one at a time. I just gave you an example of organic. So if we're running an offer, you want to run that from your GMB, your blogs, even, roof installation. So we want to drive specific traffic for installation, re-roofs, for replacements. So you want to make sure that whatever you're offering resonates with the content that you're putting out. So these two need to match. As far as I was showing some examples earlier, so let me just go back to those slides. These are some offers. Again, you'll get the copy of this. So this is an offer that works really well. People go like, "Oh my God, I don't want to give out $1,000 off of a roof." I'm like, wait. You can price because no two roofs are equal, right? No two customers are equal, right? No two offers are equal. No two roofing companies are equal, right? So you can price your roof any way you want and then take off your $1,000 off. You can go as high as even $1,500 off. And the way you do it is by having good value proposition, which talks about your warranty, talks about your reviews, talks about your being insured, talks about the quality. So the first step is somebody's got to walk through that door, right, which is essentially your website. If they're not even doing that, then you can't get that person to become a customer. So once you're getting them in, just like I got you guys in to this free webinar, now some folks have booked a call with me. I'm still giving out way more offers like free homepage design, free keyword list. Why? Because I want you to get the maximum value out of it. So you want your customer to feel like they're getting the best value, they're getting the best service, the best quality, the best everything. So in order for you to do that, first you reel them in with an irresistible offer, and then you can upsell them on the new roofs. Now, to your question about how do you get people to book for re-roofs, this is an inspection offer, but you can also run replacement offers, just like I showed you with that kind of offer. Give an irresistible offer that people will resonate with. You got to give them a very low pressure, high impact offer, which something like this, or like you can run something like this. It has to have some attached value to it, a monetary value, because otherwise you're just running like free installation, maintenance, whatever types of service. People don't actually care about the service. They care about what's in it for them as a homeowner, as a commercial property owner. I saw one ad, a really good ad for commercial properties, which talks about, hey, check out this offer before spending $100K in commercial roofing. Now, this will really resonate with that commercial roofer who's like, okay, I save $100K if I do this. Let me see what I need to do. Then you got to upsell that person, right? So you can still run the replacement, the re-roof, the installation, but you got to combine it with an offer that works for you. And when we run these campaigns, we talk to you, we figure out what works for your business. I'll give you an offer like with $0 for 12 months. It's very low pressure, very low barrier to entry. They're still paying for it. They're just easy to get into. Like they don't have a lot of objections. And with running Google ads, you will still get, it's a law of averages, essentially. You will still get the services. You will still get the maintenance, but we're going to show you how to convert that into a replacement. We're going to show you how to convert that into an installation. But again, hard to explain a lot in a short presentation, but there is a method to this madness and why it works, why, it's highly profitable. I hope that answers your question.
Got it, Irfan.
Any other questions? See, like 5 or 6 people already booked. What color is on? What do you think? Since we're talking about websites.
Let me ask the
So
question.
I'll show
I have
you
a question.
yeah. So let me answer this question first. So what colors are more popular websites? So essentially, I personally like neutral colors. So like white is really good. It really depends on your branding. So you want to have a website that goes with your branding. Your logo colors, very important. So some folks have blue logos, yellow, green, doesn't matter. In this case, this is the old website, by the way. This is a client of ours. This is the old website. This is how it looks. You can kind of see the discrepancies, this phone numbers. I'm also losing the menu bar. This chat bot has a huge pop-up, needs to be much smaller so it's not intrusive and annoying. So I'm losing the menu when I'm scrolling down. This doesn't really give me a lot of information. The address field is missing. Some of these images, low quality again. You want to keep high quality. You want to have this consistent across the board, like the same orientation and margins, things like that. Look what's happening. Like this is a sore to the eye. We don't want that. Usability is super important when someone, and then it's also missing a lot of buttons, like no call to action buttons throughout the page. So now this is the new design. Again, very clear, like banner section, which talks about where they are, talks about the reviews. Then we have this form. And this is actually going to be integrated with Google. So when you start typing, it's automatically going to fill out. So there's going to be a 0% chance of getting person's address incorrect or a junk lead, okay? And then a type of property they're interested in, what type of service they're looking for, roof repair, replacement. We're going to keep this short and easy to fill out. One shot. And then branding, call to action, call to action. Again, call to action, call to action, call to action, call to action. Again, value propositions, licensed, insured, flexible payment options. Again, they do residential, call to action, call to action. And I'll show you how it looks on the mobile device too. So this is how it looks. See, different layout. This is done differently. This is not your, okay, WordPress has responsive themes. I've been doing website development design for about 15 years. No website builder has a theme that's going to automatically just make it responsive, just like a Aladdin lamp or a magic lamp, because you have to go in, a developer, a designer has to go in and manually optimize each screen based on, like, I can go right now on like a Galaxy A12. How does that look? I can go on an iPhone. How does that look? It has to be optimized for the screen. I could go on a tablet and optimize it. So it has to be based on the mobile screen. And that's going to be 80% of your traffic. 4 out of 5. So if that's not optimized, then you're only looking at
so fast when the takeaway.
What's that?
Oh.
Somebody had a question. Okay, so that's on the website side. What colors? It has to flow nicely. It cannot conflict. So for instance, I'm using white here. I'm using a neutral color on the background. There's a different color here because it's a more darker. You see the image on the background? That's a low transparency so that I can see that form on the top so it's not conflicting. These are all design elements that are visually appealing and pleasing and easy to the eye so that when I'm scrolling down, it's not making me feel like, oh my God, like this is too screamy. And then look at the bottom, get a quote, call now on the mobile phone. This is only available on the mobile phone, right? I'll show you another example while I answer the questions. Let's see, RoofX. This one I showed you on the call, on the presentation, but I'll show this on the mobile screen. This looks really nice. I like this too. Book your discovery call if you want to ask me more questions. Cost of a question, cost of a website, the one you're showing. Not one size fits all. I'm very difficult to give you pricing because again, it's totally depend on what you want. We have websites starting at 6K. We have websites that go all the way up to 15K. Depends on how many types of integrations you want, what type of conversion actions you want, what type of backend integration. This one, for instance, this is a instant code integration. So if I do the instant code, integrates with a third-party software where I can put in my address. Like this is live. So I put in my address. Then it asks me about the steep, whether I want residential, commercial. This is also customizable. Like if you do other types of roofs, how soon do I want a roof? Let's say 1 to 3 months. Are you interested in financing? These are all customizable. This is a test. And then I do continue, and then it's going to ask me my name, email, phone number. So this is an integration. It's an example of integration. Not every website has this. Not every website has the click to call. Not every website has this integration, for example. So I'll show you. Schedule and inspection. If I click on residential, this is a specific integration for scheduling inspections. So, and we get a lot of inspections booked this way. So somebody's booking through the calendar. This is an integration on the website. For some reason, oh, I need to click the time. I know this works because the calendar is already in here. This is a free tool, so sometimes it works. Okay, the calendar is loading. It works on the phone. I don't know, like this tool is not working, but it works on the phone 100%. You can check it on your phone if you go to the RoofX website. So this is a calendar integration, and there's a ton more integrations. So I mean, depending on how many integrations you want, how many pages you want, because like for some reason this tool is not working for me. I'm going to use a different tool. See, it's stuck. It's not even doing anything. This is the virtual tool that it's a simulator. So it's not an actual phone. That will determine the cost really and what kind of customization, optimizations you want. All this stuff is custom, by the way. So like these icons, you will not find anywhere. These are custom designed. All this design, this is custom. This is custom. By the way, this is also an integration, Google review integration. So all these reviews, the 5-star reviews, are going to automatically pull up here when somebody writes a review. So that's an integration. This is an integration. You put the map in there. There's a lot. I mean, I can go through this all day, and this is also an integration. So depends on how complex it is, really. Someone had a hand raised. Kyle, do you have a question? You have your hand raised. Anybody has a question?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry,
Yes.
I'm driving.
You're fine.
Yes, I do have a question. So after switching websites, say you go with a new website and you've had a website for say maybe 2 years and they were supposedly working on SEO, does that actually like break your ranking when you end up with the new website? Basically, as far as like receiving calls and things of that nature, does it like have you
Can I
start
get your website? Do you mind if I
Yes,
get your website?
yes, it's mosaicroofingcompany.com, MOSAIC.
That's the company. Okay, good question. What we're gonna do, I hope you don't mind me embarrassing you. We're gonna look at the rankings right now, if that's okay with you. What happens is 90% of the time is when we redo websites, they're not ranking actually. So if it's ranking, then what we will do is we'll keep the existing URL structure so you don't lose your rankings. There's no guarantee, obviously. You might lose it for a couple months. That is definitely possible. Or you may not lose it at all. You might actually get better. So we'll look at your rankings right now. This is just a cool little tool that I use.
Yes, the reason me asking is because I've already switched websites because I was unable to own the website and I was continuously paying, but I didn't own it and I didn't have any passwords or backlinks or anything to my site. So I got a site that I actually owned so I would be able to optimize it and get it optimized in the way that I feel fit or whatever. So I'm not sure.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like I lost ranking when I did that.
Yeah, well, so we're looking at some of your rankings. You're ranking for your brand keywords because it seems like you're established where you are in Atlanta. So this gets about 140 searches a month. You're number one position, but that's not, these are your brand keywords, which you're going to get
Yes.
traffic from this regardless. You want to look at like roof company near me. Like you're ranking 21 on the search position, which is like the third page of Google. So that's really not going to make a dent. Again, Mosaic Roofing Company, that's your brand keyword. You're always going to rank for your brand keyword because, you know, that's the name of your company. Atlanta GA Roofers, you're ranking 28, which is the third page of Google. 99% of folks are not even going to go past the first page. And forget even getting ranked on the first page. If you're ranking on the first page of Google, you got to rank on the first top 3 spots. Because if you're not, if you're ranking on the spot 8, spot 9, and you're not even ranking. So you shouldn't even have to worry about that because right now, essentially, you're not ranking for any of these keywords. We can go more in depth. There's a tool that we use to do like SEO audit. So I can show you live some of the other things like your backend, I don't want to embarrass you anymore. So yeah. So just book a call with me and then we can go over that stuff more in depth. I mean, this is not a bad website, decent amount of stuff. It has good content, looks like. Yeah, this is not a bad website. I mean, you might not have to change your website, but it's totally a preference thing. You know, this doesn't, I mean, I've worked with LotWorks, so this is kind of the structure we follow anyway. So you might not have to do it. Really depends on you, but you don't currently have a lot of keywords that you're ranking for. So I don't think that's going to really hurt you anyway. So.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I
Yeah,
booked
just
a
book a
call
we'll
with you
talk
too,
more.
so I guess I'll talk to you later today.
No problem. Anyone else? G Bickle. Sorry, sir. If you had a question, you're unmuted.
No questions.
No questions. Matt, you are unmuted. Anyone else that has a question? Don't want to hold anyone back. Yeah, well, it was great having you all. Had a great time. Really enjoyed doing these, giving out value. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys. You will get access to Canva presentation. It's just going to be a link, so you're going to be able to access that internally within your teams. This is a live human being answering questions. So what it does is they just ask you if you want a free estimate or you have a question as a homeowner, and it's very unintrusive because what it does is it asks a few questions, it qualifies you, and then like for instance, can you tell me a little bit more? So let's just say roof replacement. And I'm actually on Kyle's website. This is Kyle's website, Mosaic Roofing Company. So we actually do this integration. So this is very smart of Kyle to have this integration, because this will essentially increase the conversion rate by at least 20%, 20 to 25%. And then it asks for the address of the job site. So then now I give the address. I'm going to give my address just for the heck of it. And then it's going to say, she's going to say, we don't service that address because that's outside. But if I put an Atlanta address, and this is a live person talking, ask me whether I need roof repair, installation, like what type of set, and then all this information is sent over to your email. We use the same exact chat company actually for our integrations for roofing websites. So this is cool that he has it. I just wanted to show you guys a demo. Jennifer, did you have a question or did you want me to do something with that?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love for you to pull mine up the same way you just did mosaics and check out how mine looks, because I don't have anything that looks like mosaics, and that's what we need.
Okay, I will do that. Let me see. I don't mind.
That's definitely the thing that we're lacking. Doing their business development and marketing, and coming from a background, I've been in roofing for 22 years. I definitely can see the things that we are lacking. So a lot of things that you've already said make sense, but we just need to implement it. We're working on getting our branding a little bit more fine-tuned. We're going through a little bit of a rebranding right now, so our website is definitely in need of many things in that aspect, but there's a lot of things that you pointed out that we're not hitting that target with that, generation of leads and that organic search in my aspect of what I've seen for us.
Yeah, and actually, I'm glad that you mentioned that. We work with a lot of marketing directors, marketing managers of roofing businesses too. They speak our language, so it's easy to understand them and communicate with them because obviously they know about marketing. So I'm just pulling up some keywords that you are currently ranking for. Oh, wait, where are you guys at?
Florida.
Oh, yeah. Port St. Lucie. Why are you ranking for these keywords? That is so weird. Closest airport to Port St. Lucie, Florida. That's what you're ranking for.
So I don't think that we need some help on that back end there for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of airport keywords. Something is wrong. It's just airport. A lot of airport keyword. Oh, this is good. So what I like to see when we look at these ranking is if you're ranking 12, 11, 13, that's really good. Because why it's good? Because that means that you have opportunity to push those keywords up to page one and essentially to the first 3 spots of Google. So you can really work on those rankings. So you do have a lot of opportunities that I saw. Let me just show you. And this is a premium tool. So we usually, when we do audits, we run. Thank you. I had to jump on another meeting. You in our appointment. Julie. Oh, okay. I guess you booked a call. We booked like a lot of calls today. So I was losing track. Yeah, welcome. Happy to jump on whenever we are scheduled, Julie. Thank you. And drop your website link if you'd like. So yeah, you have a lot of weird things for this, like closest airport. I don't know why it's ranking for that. Roof repair near me, free estimate. This is good. You're ranking number 6, which is not bad. And it's got a decent amount of volume. But the other thing is you can rank all you want, but you're going to send traffic to this website and you don't have a visible way for that traffic to convert. Meaning they come in, they're like lost. Like, let's say, okay, what do I do? No lead capture form. Like, again, I'm not trying to diss your website. I'm just saying, like, you're talking about the rebrand for customers to be like, okay, let me click something. But there's nothing to click. Like, what do I click? Where do I go? These are things that we will help you visualize, understand, and hopefully, either you do it, we do it, but we will help you with those aspects. My background is actually in technology. I've worked in companies like Verizon, Honeywell, Best Buy, Wells Fargo, so like really big giant companies. So I learned a lot from my experience working with these large companies, managing really large websites projects. And then for the last 10 years, I've just been in marketing because this is what I like doing. Coming back to this, you have a lot of good keywords. Like this is a good keyword, free estimate on roof repair. You're on page 2, but this is 13, so this could essentially be pushed up to page 1. Obviously, I didn't pull up all of them, but this is really good volume. Look at that, 2,900 searches. Man, this is like a moneymaker if you could rank this keyword. Free estimate on roof repair. Free roofing estimate. Holy shit, this is good. 16. So if we could rank this up to page 1. So there's a lot of opportunities here. You already have an established brand, looks like, for your company. Some of these menus, I mean, again, I'm just going all out if that's okay with you, Jennifer. some of these menus definitely should be consolidated, because
Uh-huh.
when you're looking at this on the cell phone, like if you're looking at it from a cell phone, look at how it looks like. This has got to be static, because when I'm scrolling, I'm not going to go all the way up and try to call you. Oh my God, this needs to be cleaned up. Like oh my God. So this needs to be consolidated. There's a better way of doing this. I mean, I would recommend a redo, but if you're already doing the rebrand, maybe that'll take care of it. Again, we'll talk about it. But yeah, there's a lot of room for improvement here. Projects. So commercial. So it says our projects, and then commercial and residential. So, my intuition is that, okay, these are their projects. So either I want to see their projects or click on residential or click on commercial. Look at the discrepancy in the font size here too. I mean, we can redo your homepage for free and then show you. And then if you like it, we'll do something like that. Yeah, there's a structure to it. Like you look at this homepage, and I'll show this to you on the mobile phone. There's a method to this madness. So menu static, clickable, clickable, clickable. Then the form. I always like the form at the top, because that's the first thing that people see. And then call to action, and then different sections, very visual with the icons so that people can relate to what this means. Emergency, we got an emergency icon. Commercial roof, like different type of icon. Call us today, smiley faces, give pictures of your crew members, maybe your founders, maybe like the people out at job sites, things like that. Gives it more custom look and feel than just like a generic website. They have a really nice brand film, which you go to the about section. So like this is really
We are RoofX, your go-to for roofing excellence, with over 50 years of trusted service in Central Florida. At RoofX, our commitment goes beyond roofs. It's about integrity, hard work, and on-time results. RoofX is your one-stop solution for all your roof.
So, I mean, you don't have to go that fancy, but, you can essentially make a video with, your phone camera and do that. Videos really convert well. Definitely recommend that. About the founder, and then even the team, like everybody on their team is on here. It builds trust. It builds confidence that like, okay, they exist. They're not going to be not available tomorrow when I call if I need a warranty claim or something. So the trust factor is super important. That's what gives it the custom look and feel. I mean, these are obviously professionally done photo shoots, just to give you an idea. But yeah, we can talk about that more on our call. Anybody else, despite the crazy offers that I gave on this webinar, if you didn't book a call with me, that's your loss. But I just want to reiterate the offers. I'm doing a free website homepage design, absolutely free, no obligation. If you book a call with me, if you like that. We're also doing free SEO audits. We're also giving out our Google pay-per-click entire keyword list, which will have commercial, residential, negative keywords, your roof types keywords, all this for free. You can implement that in your campaign if you're running Google Ads and start seeing results right away. All free if you book a call with me. All right. Anybody else? Anything else? Want to wrap this up, because this has been the longest webinar that I've held in a while. So I'm just looking at the chat. So a lot of folks have left because it's been a long time. I will say thank you, and I really appreciate your time. Had to take time out of your workday to attend this, and I hope I've been able to give some value that you can take away from this. Even if you didn't book a call with me, that's fine. But other than that, for those of you who have booked a call, really looking forward to chatting with you. Again, it's going to be a very low pressure call. I'm not going to try to sell you, so don't worry. We're just going to try and see if we can potentially work together or not. But other than that, thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to chatting with you. You will get all the recording, all the links to the slides in a couple of days so that my team can prepare this and send it over to you. All right. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful Thanksgiving coming up next week.